What I think is happening is I think there are fake people on the payroll. I think that paychecks are getting sent to people who do not really exist.
Right, you guys. So a week before Charlie lost his life, he expressed some concerns about the finances at Turning Point USA.
Okay, so this story is absolutely wild. We're talking panic, allegations of fraud, millions of dollars, and a whole lot of questions that nobody seems to want to answer. So let's dive right in. Right now, as we speak, Erika Kirk is reportedly in full-blown panic mode. Why? Because Turning Point USA donors, the people who've been bankrolling this entire operation, are demanding their money back. And we're not talking about a few disgruntled supporters here and there. No. Some of these donors are openly, publicly accusing her of fraud. Fraud, can you imagine? This is an organization that was literally built on loyalty, trust, and conservative values. And now that trust is crumbling faster than you can say refund, please. Now, here's where it gets even juicier.
So that's a major issue, right? And that's where I started realizing a lot of this money in these nonprofit organizations are going in and out.
Multiple sources, and I mean multiple, have been whispering that Turning Point USA was actually under investigation recently. Over what? Their finances? Yeah, political insiders had been saying for a while that something just didn't add up with the numbers. The money wasn't making sense. But then, the investigation just disappeared. Poof, gone, vanished into thin air. And people immediately started connecting the dots. Erika's ties to Trump? Yeah, those might have helped make that whole thing go away real quick. And speaking of Trump connections, let's rewind a bit. Erika Kirk, former Miss Arizona pageant winner. Cute, right? Well, guess who owned those pageants at the time? Donald Trump. So we're talking about a relationship, a connection that goes way, way back. This isn't some new friendship. This is old school networking at its finest. So Charlie Kirk dies, right? Tragic, suddenly, shocking. But here's what's interesting. After his death, the financial activity at Turning Point USA didn't slow down. It increased. Money started moving. A lot of money. And naturally, people started asking questions. The internet, as it does, began digging. And influencers like Candace Owens, she straight up told donors to request refunds. And you know what's crazy? Some of them actually did. Even small donors, people who'd given like $50, started asking for their money back. That is unheard of for TPUSA's loyal base. These are ride or die conservatives we're talking about. But even they were like, yeah, something's off here. And then there's this. Since Charlie's death, Turning Point USA has reportedly taken in millions of dollars. But here's the kicker. A huge chunk of that? Anonymous donors. Nobody knows who's giving this money. There's zero transparency. And that's making people extremely uneasy. Like, where is this cash coming from? Who's funding this? And more importantly, where is it going? Let's talk about Erika's finances for a second, because oh boy, this is where things get really interesting. Since Charlie died, Erika Kirk has personally received, are you ready for this? Nearly $10 million in donations and fundraisers. $10 million. But wait, there's more. She's also raking in cash from book royalties, media deals, brand partnerships, you name it. Then there's the life insurance payout, which is estimated to be around another $10 million. So we're at $20 million already. Oh, and the Arizona home they shared sold for $5.25 million. After paying off the mortgage, that's roughly a $2 million profit straight into her pocket. And if that wasn't enough, Tucker Carlson's brand ALP, yeah, that ALP, raised $5.4 million on GiveSendGo. ALP threw in a cool $1 million themselves. Other contributors, friends of the Kirk family, Liberty Memes Foundation, Glenn Beck's 9 to 12 project. The list goes on. It's like a conservative fundraising free-for-all. Now let's talk about the power dynamics here. When Charlie was alive, he was making around $390,000 a year as CEO of TPUSA. Decent money, sure, but he was known for not being obsessed with profit. He was about the mission, the movement. But now, Erika's the CEO, and she's expected to make that same salary, or possibly more. But here's what people aren't talking about enough. Erika didn't just inherit the nonprofit, she inherited Charlie's entire for-profit empire. We're talking Resolute Media Group, Charlie Kirk LLC, which is a consulting firm, by the way, all of it. She controls the public-facing nonprofit and the private money-making machine. She's got it all. So here's what donors are asking right now. If Erika already controls millions, like millions upon millions, why is Turning Point USA still fundraising? What do they need more money for? And this is where the speculation gets wild. People online are alleging offshore accounts, secret dealings, hidden financial trails. Now, are these allegations proven? No. But the lack of transparency, that's fueling the fire. People don't trust what they can't see. And now, because the internet never forgets, people are digging into Erika's past. Questions about her credibility are popping up everywhere. Allegedly, she lied about never dating before Charlie. Then there's this charity she supposedly founded at 17, which, okay, impressive if true, but also raises a lot of questions about transparency and what was really going on behind the scenes. Her entire public image, this carefully crafted picture-perfect persona, it's starting to crack, and people are noticing.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania.
Listen.
Our goal with the Romanian Angels Project was to show these children the true American heart during the holiday season. And what better way to do that than having our United States military personally deliver the gifts?
Since Charlie's death, Erika has been everywhere. TV appearances, podcast interviews, media events, you name it, she's on it. But here's where it gets messy. Critics are now accusing her of faking her tears, like using actual eye drops to look emotional on camera. Now, is that true? I don't know. But the fact that people even believe it, that tells you everything you need to know about the level of distrust right now.
I'm not sure whose idea it was for her to go on this media tour. All it has done is confirm for those of us who were holding on with a smidgen bit of benefit of the doubt that this woman was genuine. Out the window. We cannot unsee what we've seen.
When your audience thinks you're faking grief for publicity, that's a problem. At the end of the day, this all comes down to one thing: trust. TPUSA's donors are facing financial uncertainty, a total lack of transparency, and serious doubts about leadership. The question everyone's asking is this: did Erika truly inherit this wealth through tragedy, or did she turn tragedy into a business opportunity? So let's break down how millions of dollars can just vanish. First up, marketing and outreach. Social media ads, video production teams, PR campaigns, all labeled as spreading the message. Super easy to inflate those costs or redirect funds without anyone noticing. Then there's merchandise. Erika's out there at events selling hats, hoodies, t-shirts, the whole merch game. But production costs, promo expenses, totally unclear and very easy to overstate. Next, payments to insiders, staff, speakers, event guests, they all get paid, and it's all under legitimate event expenses. Take Cabot Phillips, for example, Erika's ex-boyfriend, now a TPUSA speaker. He hosted events like How to Lead Like Charlie back in December 2025. Travel, hotels, speaking fees, it all adds up. And it all looks normal on paper.
Erika Kirk's ex is now the speaker for Turning Point. Cabot Phillips, the editor of the Daily Wire, the outlet that actively had beef with Charlie. The same Daily Wire that went and took over the Charlie Kirk show for a cameo 6 days after he was assassinated. Not only is this guy Erika's ex, but while Erika was dating Cabot already knew Charlie.
Then you've got vendor connections, hiring companies owned by friends or insiders. Totally legal, but it's a classic way for money to move quietly through an organization. And finally, operational costs, CEO housing, personal security, travel, administrative overhead. These expenses are super easy to justify and inflate without donors ever knowing. The money just drains away. So here's where we are. Donors feel like their money isn't funding Charlie's original mission anymore. Instead, it's propping up a whole new version of TPUSA, one with different priorities, different payouts, and a very different vibe. The result? Loyalty is eroding. Fraud allegations are flying, and a massive donor exodus might be coming. This story is far from over, and honestly, I have a feeling it's about to get a whole lot messier.